Okay, hi guys. It's been quite some days ago since I've posted any videos. Um, Recently, I've kind of been transforming a bit, beginning to scalp the FX futures too. Primarily, I was using it for swing trading, and been doing that quite quite a bit for a longer amount of time, but recently, the Euro stocks is not behaving as volatile as I wanted to, and that's when you need to adapt and move over to newer or at least some other products to trade. Uh, Basically, it's been a couple of months since I've posted anything. I'm just pretty extremely busy at the moment, and I have a lot of how to say guys I'm helping out too, and I'm kind of trying to keep that down to a minimum, and I'm thinking about making some how to say overall video stuff available for everybody, but that will take some time, and I'm not sure when I would have the time to do it. So just hang on. But so anyway, this is the how to say the 6B, the 6E, the euro dollar futures, the pound futures here. This is how to say quite different than say trading the bonds, for instance, or the euro stocks. Yeah, every how to say every market has its how to say different kind of nuances. But I'm trying to. They're kind of usually back in the days, the pound and the euro went in kind of the same direction, at least most of the time. But they are of course different markets too, and this is FX futures, so this is based on Britain's economy and the eurozone, and you have to keep that in mind when you are trading them. You cannot how to say correlate them if you don't really know what's happening within these areas of the economy, but still that's what not what I like to focus on, and that's why we are only aiming to scalp it and not keep it for 106, because basically if you think you are the one who can scalp this every day for 106, you are probably sitting in a big bank or hedge fund, and that's not I guess that's not what you're doing behind your screen at home. But basically, let's start out here. I was kind of thinking to play these guys long here. I've been sitting. Actually, have some time on now. Yeah, you can see I went long around here. I've seen price bounce around here quite some quite some time, and I have the charts up here. It's not that I trade off the charts here, but I use the charts here a lot more than I do in the bonds. For instance, I want to see them hold a level within like 20 ticks, and that's a huge amount of space. I know it, but that's just the way I've adopted the euro over time, over the last 5 years, I think. So I want to see the holder space, and I want to see people absorbing all the selling, and I want to see someone begin to aggressively bid it up. And as we can see, I use the reconstructed tape here very much when trading the FX futures. This is really where I can, how to say, lay my hand on the market and feel the pace for where I think it should be heading. Of course, it would be nice to look this guy blow this top up here, and I was actually seeing that later in the day it did that, but you can never know that. I was kind of looking to, yeah, get to the top up here again. That was really my first target. So, but still, you see, this is I really begin to hesitate now, and I was thinking, okay, should we do anything? But still, I haven't seen any real selling yet. Of course, this is a, how to say, a good number where some people used to go in the opposite direction or scalp out of their position at these halves and the even numbers. I haven't really used that in my trading. I don't know if it works. I highly doubt it. But anyway, you see someone just yeah, kind of. I guess someone shorted or got out of their position here, but still, you see, this is really. I decided to exit here. This is not what I want to see. If there was momentum now, I would like to see it get bid up heavily. I know you should give it some times once in a while, and I did that. Okay, yeah, sorry. I actually thought I went out here, but yeah, okay, I did. Anyway, once in a while you should give it some time to breathe, and I would rather scalp out 5 to 10 ticks than wait for a stop to get hit like 36 below, right? And I mean, if you have this mindset, it's like, you see now I'm hovering my mouse here, they begin to bite again, and I was thinking, okay, should I bite again? Should I bite again? But I was really not interested at the moment. I want to see it. I want to see someone push it with 100 lots or something. Okay, basically back to the mindset. It was if you are thinking like a scalper, you want to get your couple of ticks and you are really happy if it goes like 100 ticks in your way. You don't care when the day is over, but still you are aiming for the quick fast money, and you need to get out when you're wrong, and that's what I'm doing, and I mean, you can do that with tools like this every day in and out. And I mean, um, I haven't talked to anybody who has ever scalped like 100 ticks every day out of an FX market or even the DAX. The guys who gets in touch with me and I talk to getting burned heavily, and I've been there myself, especially in the DAX. That's why I'm not trading it. It's so thin, I can't see anything. I can see people, yeah, buying at a price and selling at a price, and that's it. And I think someone knows the market really well. I don't, so I will stay away. Still, this is also kind of markets which I would not recommend any, can say, newer scalpers to enter. In my personal opinion, over the last couple of months, I've beginning to, how to say, focus more on the ES in the evening sessions. It's pretty fast sometimes, but I like the thickness of the market. I like the volume. I can see when someone's hitting certain prices, and I like to see it move. I've also moved a bit away from the 10-year, the CN. It's well, at least at the moment, it depends. You need to, how to say, have the higher time frame in mind where the market is heading. But at the moment, I'm not scalping it, and it just depends. So yeah, but that's, how to say, the analysis of where markets are going. Basically, that's why we are focusing on a bit thinner market at the moment, at least during the year session here, the FX futures. So yeah, I think I had 2 scalps in this video. It was a rather long one, but I think the other one would be a short position. And this is the beauty of, how to say, the scalping techniques. I was actually waiting for the pound here to reach this 27.40 up here and see what happened. And this is not like when you have the bunch, you cannot see. Sometimes you can see someone absorbing multiple levels of price, and then you can hit it with them. But it's pretty hard to spot. And this is the beauty of trading the bonds, where you can see they absorb a level, especially in the 10-year treasury note, and this is and that's why you need to, how to say, you need to learn to read the market prior to actually trading it. But still, let's watch the action here. Okay, we see some interested here, and there's some liquidation. Someone is absorbing it. You saw they hold the bid at 34 here, and they just buy it up. I think they are aiming to blow the top up here, but the only real stop I see here is it's not real. See how they spoof it all the time when prices reach here. This 47, that is what they're aiming to get at the moment. That's where some liquidity is sitting, and it seems like it is, but this is pure spoofing. Look at all this level; it's heavily manipulated all the way down. You can see every fall step here. There's just an odd number sitting, and I think I'm not sure whether they use that for when the HFT is around in order to spoof the HFTs, or how they do it. But still, you can use this information. You can just say, okay, whenever there's a level which has the highest number, just think of going in the other direction. It's probably spoofs, and that's the way I kind of interpret it. Okay, so now I'm not sure what I was saying here. I was talking to myself, just sitting, okay, should I kind of go with the bid here and blow the top? I think I was thinking that is exactly what I was thinking now when I watch it back. So it's pretty messy to watch this all the time. So that's also why in the FX futures I like to watch the chart to look for the not the candles. You don't misjudge me on this one. It's you need to look for the tops and bottoms here, and I am aiming whenever I'm taking a trade to get over the top or below a bottom here in order to hunt for stops. At least I don't have the size to do that, but that's what the banks are doing, Goldman Sachs, etc. And you want to be with them when they're doing it. Okay, so basically there's some action happening here. 600 level, I am heavily watching now. You see they begin to get out the positions here, and no one was bidding it over these levels. And also a good sign when people have been buying it up, buying, and no real sell momentum or absorption has been sitting up here. This is usually a good sign of a pullback. This is where I correlate volume in the pound versus the euro, and you can see there is a spike here, and this is usually a good sign that we are at least getting a pullback down to a profile, volume profile, which is where price actually jump from, and this would be 27.20 around down here. I would say 15 here, very nice spot to get long again, if price action would agree when you're down here. Yeah, so the next trade here is a short I'm taking in the euro, and this is pretty interesting. And now you can see, I'm gonna show you how absorption look like in the FX futures. It happens sometimes in the pound. I'm really not good at spotting it, but yeah, at least I'm better at the 6E. But still, it's a heavy market. It's really difficult to scalp. But okay, you see they begin to dig into 75s here. It could also be someone who's just getting out, but I see that the bidding, they're leaving. They had a no real sustain of the offer yet, So I was kind of watching, okay, is anyone doing anything? The ideal scenario for me would be like we had a level of around 50 lots here. I would see someone hit 50 lots, so just how to say close their position with 50 lots, something like that. So I could see a high number get hit, and they would probably set up a lot of HFT machines down the road here. So basically what I'm thinking is I would get down here these around this bottom here. The ideal scenario would be this 6200 here. That would be a nice scalp, but basically what I was aiming for is when you look at the volume profile here is of course these 500s was pretty important before, and around these 85s down here. This is the bottom, or at least the 65s. There could be someone to sell to or buy it back at these prices. Okay, we see someone's keep getting out here at these 580s. You see this level get hit very slowly all the time. They begin to get out a bit here again, and let's see what happens. As I remember, I think I go in at the best price I can whenever they start to hit it. So in hindsight, it would have been nice to to have shorted it around those 70, but still, guys, this is FX, and yeah, you see the action begins to come here, and I was just saying, okay, no one's interested in buying it at the moment. Let's see if we can get a scalp here, and this is where we hit it nice at the exact spot where we should. I was kind of watching. I was actually thinking, okay, should I get out? Should I get out? Someone is absorbing it down here at these fives. I was really watching it here. What's happening? What's happening? This okay. See, price goes back. Nothing really worried. If I saw size come in, I would get out immediately. I didn't. I am waiting. So this is where you have the seconds to actually determine of what you're doing, and I was still in the position, getting a stop up here if price would bounce heavily back. It can sometimes you see that boom, bit of someone's getting out or buying multiple prices down here. When you have the bigger guys in the game, they're hitting exact prices sometimes, and sometimes they if they have to, how to say, absorb an order of like 2,000 contracts in the FX market, that's they need to do it over multiple prices. They cannot do it at one price, or they could, but that's not part of the game. They want to, how to say, hide their hands and not sure what they're doing, and I can understand. They don't want to be run over. They're the guys who run other guys over, but I'm really thinking, okay, should I get my ticks here and just bail out? And usually I would like to do that. So I just going break even here. I want to see, okay, we have been soaring all morning here. Let's get 26 out of this or something like that. And everything is talking against me at the moment. When we are not directly against me, but we see someone is buying quite a few contracts here. Not really anything worrying, but this is so close. I could easily get stopped out here with like 5 ticks, and that's just. And at least I should move my stop round down at the moment, like to the 30s, 25s, 20s, like that, bang, bang, bang. I don't. Then that's the idea behind scalping. You don't sit out like 10 minutes to wait to get stopped out, or even in break even. You just don't do that. But still, there's rules, and sometimes you have to bend them, and even your own. But yeah, basically this is what I'm waiting for now is the absorption, and this is where see I'm hovering down here. I want to see if we can get down here again at this level where price traded last, and maybe I could get out around here. Yes, I'm just gonna wait here, looking for any absorption of prices. No one's really interested in buying it heavily here. They are waiting for a better spot to get into their positions, and I definitely understand that. And guys, I actually have a couple of dudes with me. I'm helping out at the moment, and this is especially where they back in the days they used to say, okay, this is a reversal play, right? At least they think. I thought that too back in the days when trading the DAX, for instance. That this is the reversal you were hoping for, and now you get short. So where would you put your stops? Okay, so the easy mental one is the 6650 or the 6750 up here. And I promise you, all of you, this is the same spot everyone else is putting their stops at, and these are the spots going to be hunted late in the day, and that's just how it is. And there is massive liquidity sitting up here, and when you look at your chart, you can see it. Everybody is getting out around these prices, or they are being hammered heavily, and you see price explode up around these areas, and that's why we get these heavy explosions in price. Okay, the pound is still getting offered down here. I'm still waiting to see the euro, and this is also a sign usually to get out when prices are slowing down like this. You need to see business, you need to see price bouncing back and forth heavily and fast when you got your direction right, and then you need to jump on board. And I mean, in the FX, it's a bit different. It's sometimes hard to spot, but yeah, you see, somewhat interesting in doing business down here. Yeah, watching news. I have this, I'll say, reconstructed tapes at around, so I think it just depends. It depends on what the average size is here. At the moment, I have set it to like 50. If someone prints 50 lots at a time, that's large, at least for this product, just this point in time. And then I have the average position of at least 10. I want to see when someone is buying 10 or selling 10 lots at a time. It's not much, but still, it's a thin market. It's pretty volatile. It's FX market, and again, this is the FX futures based on the FX market. This is the most how to say, transparent way of trading it. I think at least I can see what what they're putting in and out of the market here in terms of futures. I cannot see it in the in the forex real forex market, and this is, yeah, I haven't met anybody who can do it, but I guess there is someone. Those with the bigger wallets, they can see all the depth behind the screens, who's sitting on the exchanges. Okay, so now I'm still. This is all the mind tricking. Okay, I was thinking, okay, someone is selling those 95s here. I'm still holding on. They want to push it down around these levels here. It's not getting fast. It's so damn boring, man, and I really should be thinking, get out. You see that? 100, boom, and this is split up. This is the interesting about this. I think it was when they changed the data to this MDP 3.0, where they could split their order size, and you actually don't see it. So I can see like over 100 lots print down those 74s here, and I see it like split up in these small bites, and I understand why they're doing it, but and that's they want to show the hand, but still I can see down here, and this is really where you need to pay attention. You need to be watching the bids and offers all the time. You need to see the prints. You don't need to pay attention to the back and up printing here in the split profile here. This is just a, how to say, this is the total summary of this here, and so you just need to pay attention to these high volume areas where action is going to take place, and you need to pay close attention to the amount of size here. And 100 lots in the Euro FX here is not much, but it's at least some decent size. Someone's going to, yeah, you see I move price down here. Okay, you see we've got an offer here. Boom. Right, 100 again, those 70. Someone is kind of beginning to fighting back here, and they want to lift this market, and I am really hesitant. I've seen this so many times, and, and you can see it like go even 36 further down the road, and you're just sitting, oh, what happened? And you don't want to be on that side. I mean, it depends whether you have the wallet or not. And I guess these guys want to fight for their positions. Just remember that. Could also be one guy who is sitting here absorbing or buying. He's not absorbing at the moment, but it could be one guy sitting here and taking all he can. Yeah, so you see, okay, try to look at this now. Someone see a pattern here, and I've done that too back in the days. And I mean, you could not rely on those things. You could not buy it here and place your stop down here, because this is so obvious that, okay, if you're buying down here, someone is selling this to you, and they keep selling the prices down below, and they have so much more money than you ever will get in those banks. And believe me, they will hit those lows, and you need to wait for it. And I am kind of working with some guys on these techniques, but we need to get the lows blown, and we need to see some heavy bidding when we need to change direction here, and that's that's what you need to wait for. Just don't anticipate that the price will reverse here. At least you need to place your stop even further below, and that's pretty far away. Okay, look at those 55s here. They are keeping a top over price. Someone is taking this level. Someone is sitting here. Yeah, just buy it from me. That's okay, and I will keep selling all the levels down here. And now I was pretty sure that we would get down around to those 20s, 15s here. But this is not the interesting part yet. Ooh, no one wanted to do business here at those 40. That's interesting, huh? And this is where prices can bounce heavily. You see? Okay, let's see this offer get stacked here in a moment. I think it's about at least for my video, it's about time that something begins to happen. Yeah, I'm just washing out the levels here to get a fresh view of what's traded up and down here. Oof. Oh man, look at the speed here. Look how thin it is. One tick down to 95 here. Okay, so yeah, this is the thin area. This is where volume is sitting, and volume liquidity sitting down here to generate volume. So the obvious spot now would be to set my stop around the 65s or the 85s. Still, this is a way different than any other markets, and it's it's having its own personality. And of course, I'm not interested in letting this market tap into those halves up here again, the 500s. I'm just watching it out, and this is how to say the dangerous part where you get confident the longer you've been in trading it's going in your direction. The case is at the moment this is going very slow, and people are buying it up, and in hindsight that's pretty easy to tell, but like you can see it on the flow here when you watched the market time over time for the last, yeah, if you've done it too in the last couple of years, you would know too. But still, I'm still watching what's going on here, and someone's willing to do business around those 35s. That's a good spot. Even better to buy it down here and put your stop around those 90, 80s. Not sure whether those are real bids. You never can tell. Okay, let's get to it. I think we'll be there just at this point in time. This is where actions should happen. If we're going to blow that bottom, this should be now, right? And yeah, you see, okay. You see, I took to moved my my position down here in order to get out, and I just don't want it to explode off from here. So this is where we see some action. You see that offer they are holding down this bit at the moment. You see it? 160. Boom. We're just sitting here. That's like a stone sitting on the roof. Well, don't get me wrong on this. It's not because, and this is another funny part. It's not because they are really eager to short it at the moment. Someone is building a large position down here. And in hindsight, again, you can see it when you watch the chart from yesterday. And I'm, you know, just as many other guys, not clever enough to figure that out before it's too late, and that's why we are interested in scalping. And when a scalp turns out to be a nice swing trade, that's just a bonus. But basically, quick, easy scalps, multiple times a day. That's what's yeah. That's what makes up a good day. And I think if we actually approach this level again, and they keep sitting there, I could also be wrong. I'm not sure how long this video is. It's just what I remember from yesterday, and I finally had some time to I have a lot of videos actually from every day, but I don't have time to edit it or talk through it. It's like it takes me like 2 hours to edit it, and I have a lot of stuff going on my screen I need to clip out, and yeah, that's my personal account numbers, everything, websites I'm browsing while doing this, and a lot of stuff I don't want to have on the screen, but that's why it takes some time. But still, yeah, see, they're still sitting here, 55s, and I think, okay, if we're going to attack this heavily, I'm just getting out. You see, wow, they're still sitting here like a roof, and someone is pretty interesting here. And this is action, and you can see this is no different than when you are trading the bond market, for instance. It's the same kind of action. It's just so much more fast here. It's more light. It's more thin. It goes extremely fast compared to the bond market. At least in this scenario, in this case, it went extremely slow. And it's actually harder to spot when it's going this slow. It's better when it's going fast, and then you can see someone is really interesting buying an area. And this is the area. This is the 55 here. Someone wants to buy it here. Just keep that in mind. Someone is risking a large position size here. They are buying like, is it the third time this has been up here? That's like over 400 contracts in total, I think. In total, it's over 1,000 here, but that's how to say the old or the total accumulated profile. Just now in the last 10 minutes. So this is what I can't remember what happens, but you see those bits are leaving the table as price come down here, and this is manipulation. all the way. It could also be some guys moving their stops, but I bet it's not like 101 lot guys moving their stops at the same time. It wouldn't make sense. And I was kind of hoping for a very, very fast, quick explosion down now to those, yeah, 55s here. And this is where we need to be fast to get out. All right, let's see what happens. Just watching any news. This is my, I'll say, ever returning nightmare, the news. Alright, have you ever been in a position with news? Scary news. Shitty scary news. You never know what happens. Okay, no one was willing to sell it down these levels, and there's another sign. Okay, we are not going to blow out this very heavily. If someone would have done it, it should have been, coulda, woulda, right? But it should have been done now, in at least in my opinion. I'm not sure what I was thinking now. You see, someone is just liquidating, buying here, no one selling. Why don't I just bail out at 20? That's what I say to myself now, at least. But the greediness, we want extra tick. We've been sitting here multiple hours watching nothing happens, and now it does. Okay, someone's still interesting here. At least some 8 lot guys, 5 lots. That's a good size still, but I want to see like 50 lots hit into those 95s now. Yeah, we see we got a rundown, and there was no size behind this, and this is just clear evidence that this is not going to be I'd say shorted from this point in time. I would have seen some massive volume here if it was the case. And now, again, look at me, I'm just hovering around those 40s. Can we get the extra number? And then it's not just me, it's the banks too, it's everybody just sitting here watching this. Can we get the extra 2 ticks? And you know, a guy trading 20 lots, that's pretty much, right? Like 1200 bucks a tick over that, so it's really, you need to keep that in mind. So this is basically a pullback in a strong uptrend. It's not something how to say, urge people to do. It's just I just want to show you it works. All this crap about don't fight the trend, I believe in that. I honestly do. But when you have if when you have some precise spots where you can see action, and someone is holding down prices in an uptrend, why wouldn't you scalp it with the larger guys? I just mean it's yeah. So basically, it's a way of getting your scalps, and this is how to say my view how to do it. I don't know anybody who, again, who can keep who can extract like 106 day out of these markets. Not even the DAX. I mean, they would get run over like multiple times. It is always, they are always in too late, and I mean, you need to get in at the turning points where, yeah, see, I bailed there. Just nothing happens, and I was, yeah, kind of thinking, okay, this was the trade. It was a good scalp, and I mean, one lot. That's at least for me big enough in these markets. I think I've not calculated the position size yet in these markets for what would be sufficient, and it also depends on the volatility, etc. But let's come to that in the future. So basically, I just want to say thank you for watching, guys. It's been great to teach something again, and I look forward to talk to a lot of you.